Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I've got a review for you of Stranger Things Season 3, the hit show from Netflix. Just my quick kind of thoughts just before we get started on the previous two seasons. I really enjoyed them. I thought they're really original and really fresh. I think the first one is maybe tiny bit better than the second one, but both seasons are excellent and definitely worth a watch. So we move on to Season 3 now. It's set kind of a year or so after the events of the second season, and it kind of shows us where all the characters have gone. Obviously, everything that's happened since then with the military organization and the monsters and 11 and how she's all moved on. I'm going to try to keep this as vague as possible. It's going to be hard with a TV show because so much happens and it's 8 episodes long. So I'll try not to spoil anything. I'll kind of warn you if I'm about to spoil anything for you. So as a whole, the season is really good. It's really strong. I think it's slightly better than 2, but probably not as good as 1. But that's not a huge slight because all 3 seasons are excellent and definitely worth a watch. The highlights, there's so many kind of good points and cool little tidbit moments. The actors, all the cast across the entire board are great. You really enjoy the characters and what they do, and every moment in this and every decision the character makes, you think you agree with because you think that's what that character would do for this situation. There's a lot of stand-up performances. Obviously, Finn Wolfhard, who plays Mike, he's really good. Obviously, he's been in it as well. Millie Bobby Brown, who plays 11, she's great again in this. She's kind of grown a lot since the previous 2 seasons. She's a little bit more. She speaks a lot more. She's a lot more interactive. She's forming other friendships with Max, who's the girl. She's one of the other girlfriends. And it's really good. She really kind of plays that character well. The way they move forward is great. What they do with her. Dustin's really good as well. He's kind of, again, your main sort of comedy of the 4 boys. He's got some, he's in relationship with Steve, the sort of old boyfriend, and they become friends, and he's got the crazy hair. They're really good. There's some really good new characters as well. Robin, who is a work colleague of Steve's in the sort of ice cream shopping mall thing that they work at. She's really good. There's a whole element around sort of secret Russian organisations. I'm not going to go too much more into it than that because it's the first thing that you see from episode 1. They kind of reference this whole, and it is kind of cheesy because it is very much an 80s villain thing. It's always a Russians, and what they do with it is kind of cheesy, but it works for Stranger Things and the way they kind of introduce it and everything. It's really good. There's a lot of throwbacks and references to previous 80s films. There's a Terminator reference. There's Die Hard. There's Back to the Future. There's Day of the Dead, loads of stuff like that, which is really kind of good to see as well. As a season, as kind of a structure though, it does start off a little bit slow. The first probably 2 episodes are all kind of like build up. Not a lot really happens. We kind of find out where the characters are, what they've been up to, what they're doing, and it's good because you enjoy spending time with these characters and they are fun to be with. But it takes probably back to episode 3, episode 4 especially, for the real kind of main plot of the season really kicks in when we start getting the references to the Upside Down and all things like that. That's when that really kicks in, and that's when it really takes off, and that's when the season is great. The first 2 episodes a little bit kind of filler. I think it works though because it's a streaming service. You can just watch one episode after the other. If this would have been a sort of weekly episodic thing, I think the first episode, maybe the second one, would have come into a little bit more criticism for just being a bit slow and a bit sort of, okay, what's going to go on this season now? But because it's all there at once, you can just go 1, 2, 3, you're away. It doesn't really notice it as much. But overall, I will say Stranger Things Season 3 is definitely worth watching. It's definitely a great addition to the Stranger Things universe. One thing I did notice, that the episode in Season 2 where 11 goes off and she finds some of the other kids that had been experimenting on their own powers, does not referenced at all. They don't bring that up, they don't mention it, nothing. So it clearly shows that episode was a real anomaly in Season 2. It's kind of that whole thing's now been dropped and we're going to forget it, which is fine by me because I didn't really enjoy that episode anyway. So Stranger Things Season 3, definitely worth it to watch. Give it a go. If you haven't seen any Stranger Things yet, I would highly recommend the show as a whole, but Season 3 is a great addition to what we've got so far. I look forward to any following seasons that we get from them. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.